Hi folks, Tacitus today at your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the pro-Palestinian Hamas, those showing solidarity with Hamas and the Palestinian, the marches, the protests, riots, depending what you want to call them. The group chanting and so on, that's been going on pretty much all over the Western world, whether it be in Britain or the United States, Canada, Australia, and so on, France and the like. Now, I don't quite understand why there's that need. It surprised me the amount of people out there rioting or protesting, depending how you want to look at it, who aren't even Palestinian. They're just lefty Marxist globalist activists who cheer at this idea of or are telling us that there's Nazis everywhere and so on all the time. But so they're out there, but also just other Arabs who are not even from fucking Palestine. Just Lebanese people and others, and also people who came from that area or from Palestine many years ago, and they were born in Australia, or even their grandchildren are now born in Australia, and yet they're out there marching as well. And there's one guy who I know. His grandparents came to Australia, and he was heading off for the march. And I said, well, what's it got to do with you? Because he hasn't got that swarthy sort of look about him. And he said, well, I'm Palestinian, aren't I? Well, no, your parents were born in Australia. You're born in Australia. No, I'm Palestinian, excuse me. Now, this is an illustration of maybe how multiculturalism does not work. Okay, someone comes from Palestine, maybe they've still got ties to the old country. You kind of can understand that, I guess, to a point, although you've left that area to leave behind the problems. You want to have a better life in a country where there is no strife, where there is no drama, where you can get on with your life and get a job and raise your kids, and who can all go to school without anyone shooting at you or trying to set off bombs, or where there isn't any conflict or ancient tribal conflicts. You can come to a new place and make a new start on your life. But instead, they don't do that. They want to come and freeload in a wealthy white country that's peaceful and with high levels of social trust. Sure, they want to come to a place like that, but they bring their zero social trust and all their problems with them and want to act out their historical fears, prejudices, and concerns when they get to Australia. So they're not here to integrate or to the West. They're not here to integrate. They don't want to go to poor countries. They only want to go to rich countries. So in that, they've got no intention of assimilating or integrating. They want to hang on to all the historical grievances and dramas from the old country. But then why do you come to a new country to make a fresh or a new start? Why don't you stay where you are if you want to hang on to those grievances and hang on to that? Why not stay there? Then you can experience the beauty of them and the wow factor of them firsthand. Why go to another country, a wealthy, peaceful country, and then bring all your shit with you? I don't understand that. Anyway, so when the next generation, the people born in Australia, or they come to Australia when they're like 1 year old or something, why are they also infected with the grievances and the dramas, historical grievances and dramas from the old country that go back thousands of years, by the way? The grandchildren also? I mean, fuck. So we're looking at how successful is multiculturalism been. Now, my genetic lineage is French, English, Scottish and Irish. That's my genetic lineage. So when something happens in France, do I want to rush out and protest or wave flags? Or something happens in Scotland or here, or England or Ireland? Do I want to, in Europe? Do I want to run? I thought, doesn't even cross my mind. I'm Australian, and this was generations ago. I mean, the French, for example, I think it was 8 or 9 generations ago, so a long time ago. But nonetheless, I just thought, doesn't even cross my mind. I'm here to get on in this society, in this community, and so on. As indeed my forebears were in their community, and so on. So I've got no thought of it. So why is it that certain immigrants integrate quite swiftly and others don't? I don't know why that is. And it could be the Christian thing, or it could be all white, all Christian, could be all urban dwellers, or there could be a number of factors I think that contribute to it, particularly how swiftly the integration is. And even like some people, I know they've come from Germany, and they're all like college educated, big city living, the Christian, the whole thing, white, but they came when the kid I think was 8 or 9 years old, somewhere in that, and the kid didn't speak really much English at all. Wasn't going to learn English till high school, and yet he or the 2 kids actually, they they're as Australian as there's maybe a little bit of a thing there. For example, both their friends tend to also be migrants. That there's that factor there, but nonetheless, you would struggle to see a difference. The idea that they would go marching about issues from Europe is again, wouldn't even cross their minds. Now, just on the multiculturalism thing, why is it that Western governments are quite all controlled by the globalists, of course? Why are they more than prepared to support or facilitate activities in the community that create social division? Why are they determined to have that? That's the default standard. Social division, maximizing it, spreading it, rubbing as much salt as they can into it. That's the de facto standard. So when you get white people that want to complain about mass migration or something like that, the government, or have a protest about it, the media come and do an absolute crush piece on them. Hitler, Nazis, fascists, Hitler, swastika, and and the government has unlimited powers to stop. It is unacceptable in this country. There is no place in this society for fucking Nazis. Fucking Nazis. This is Nazi Germany. This is Hitler. So unlimited powers to deal with those sort of people, and a super partisan media to do, hit pieces on people, people that maybe read a book about World War II is Hitler, you're Hitler. That's the sort of standard there. But when the Palestinians want to have a protest and solidarity march, where there's allegations of claims of gas the Jews and some serious sort of anti-Jewish rhetoric coming out of the crowd and the organisers and so on, then the government suddenly is powerless. We have no powers. We can't do any. There's nothing we can do. Freedom. But wait a minute. Why wasn't it okay for why when the COVID demonstrations were on, with the police brutally putting down the protests and beating up protesters and being very strong-arm in their tactics? Why was that? Why did the police and the government have unlimited powers when that came? But when there's this other riot or protest, then suddenly, we don't have the power. We can't do it. Oh no! So clearly, there's an obvious and manifest double standard there. Similarly, Western governments and various groups within the community, Western communities, have to rush to find. We have to show solidarity with Hamas. We have to show solidarity with Israel. We have to show solidarity with the the people that were murdered. We have to, we have to do something. We have to be virtuous and seem to be virtuous. Look, we're not Nazis. We're virtuous people, and we have to show it and project it. And so, okay, well, why? Why do you have to do that? I mean, really? Are you so lacking in virtue that you must demonstrate it at every turn? Is that what's going on here? Why is it the business of people in Australia or Britain or Canada or whatever? Why is it the business of those people or anyone there to deal themselves in and become part of the issues going on in Israel today? Israel's a sovereign nation, and their parliament will decide what appropriate responses are. There's a government, as I understand it, there's a government in Gaza Strip, and they too will. And now this is all very unfortunate, and people should be offering themselves for mediation. The United Nations should be taking, I think, a very prominent role to do something useful for a fucking change, rather than talking about the climate and about lesbian rights or something. They should be in there offering to mediate and you provide humanitarian assistance where it's appropriate. That's the proper role of the UN, in my view. They seem to be missing in action on that. But why is it the business of any other nation to deal themselves into the game? Now they can say, look, it's most unfortunate. Murder anywhere is against the law. So we don't need to sort of go over that in any detail. You're not supposed to murder other people. That's kind of how it works. So we condemn the murders, and we hope that there's a mediated settlement and that the violence stops. And beyond that, I don't think there's any need. We have to show the Israeli flag on Parliament buildings. We have to put the Israeli flag, or we have to do this. We have to, no, you don't. No, you don't have to fucking do it. You offer assistance, and so look here. We're here to assist if we can. Please let us know. Sure, I mean, do that. Do what is reasonably possible to offer assistance. But beyond that, you don't have to run around showing signs of your solidarity or lack of it or partisanship or has to be the Israeli flag here or the Palestinian flag there. That's bullshit. And that's another country, another issue, far away. And again, sure, offer assistance and so on, but nothing more than that. Now, I just want to come to, again, this is the rub of multiculturalism and racialism and race grifting and race baiting and religion baiting and so on, which again the globalists aggressively exploit all across the West in order to weaken the West and create as many fault lines of social and racial division and gender division as they possibly can. That will weaken Western society and make Western society incapable of resisting the globalist project. So that's what the globalists are doing. Let's not beat about the bush on this. Now, coming to the idea of, again, the effects, the costs of multiculturalism, because of the Arabic people in Australia who it's perceived, I don't know whether they actually do, but it's perceived they vote pretty much as a bloc. So you can't afford to piss them off is the political view. So having brought out so many of these people that vote as a bloc and do not integrate, do not become citizens, do not become part of the wider community, you say, well, what do we do? They're voting as a bloc. They've got all their own organisations, all their own churches, all their own. So we have to treat them as a special case. We have to respond to their special pleadings. So we have to, if they want to demonstrate, be it legal or illegal or whatever it is, if they want to riot, there's nothing we can really do because we can't appeal to their reason and they're not part of the community. So what would work with white people isn't going to work with these people. So we have to respond to their special pleading by giving them special dispensations, which means we can aggressively move in on white people demonstrating, but we can't do, we just can't run the risk backlash, political risk of upset. We can't call them Nazis. We can call the white people Nazis and Hitler and fascist and Third Reich. We can do all that to the white people, but we can't do it to the otherwise we'll be accused of Islamophobia, and we can't have that. So you've got the Palestinians who make a special pleading case, or the Arabic bloc make a special pleading case. We have special pleading. You have to give us special dispensations, special handouts. We have special needs. We're an oppressed people. You must treat us with special care and da. So. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're in Australia. You will integrate and assimilate in this community, and that's how it is. In terms of special plea, nothing special. You'll be treated the same as any other citizen, and you will be equal before the law. If you break the law, you'll be treated just as harshly as the white guy or the people down the road or the folks up around on the corner and so on. You will have the same treatment. And the same opportunities. If you pass the test and you do well at the school or the university, then you've earned your degree and you have equal right to any employment in that field, given your proven capability and so on. So the equality of the law and equality of opportunity, I think, is very important and should be rigorously and meritoriously and rigorously enforced. They shouldn't be disadvantaged in any way simply because they're I don't know, from Palestine or Lebanon or something like that, Jordan or whatever. Now, the other thing that got me was the special pleading the Jewish diaspora is making. Now, remember, a lot of these people have been here for 100 years plus, the Jewish people, and they're making special pleading. So what I didn't quite realise, and it surprised me, that there's a Jewish representative group, I don't know, I think they're called like the Board of Trustees or something like that, and they wanted special protections for Jewish people because they want to live separately. So, there's a range of Jews that are, say, extremely devout and pious, and that's not all of them. And then at the other end, there are people who really are lay Jews, I guess. They don't, they're not really devout or pious at all and practicing the Jewish religion or reading the Torah or something. But this, as I understand it anyway, what this Jewish group wants is, well, we've got special schools for Jewish only schools. They've got Jewish only hospitals, Jewish only this, Jewish only that, Jewish only so and so. I had no idea it was that expensive. I just thought they were like Jewish places of worship, like synagogues, that sort of thing. And I understood there was schools to teach Jewish theology, so people could become rabbis. And I was aware of that, but I wasn't aware there were special Jewish schools and Jewish hospitals and all these sort of things. So the Jews are then making special pleading. Well, we're a uniquely oppressed people. Hitler. We're a uniquely oppressed people, so we have to have special protection on all these Jewish like schools and hospitals and the like. So we need special protection there. So the Palestinians, well, we need special protection because we're a uniquely oppressed people. So we need special dispensations and special allowances. We need special. Now the Aboriginal of Australia, we need a special part. Special has to be special because we're uniquely oppressed. We need a special one. Okay. Now the Indians that comes well, we're formerly oppressed colonial by the Raj, by the British white. Well, we need special protection. We need special jobs allocated to us. We need affirmative action. We need special allowances for our culture. We're a unique culture. And then the Chinese are, we're a unique civilizational culture. We need special allowances and dispensations. As do every racial tribal group that's been brought into Australia over the last 25, 30, 40 years, whether it be Sudanese or Eritreans or this or that or black lesbians, everybody's requiring, they all have special pleadings that require special treatment, special allowances, special affirmative action, special exemptions from the law. Now you can treat the white guys as harshly, but you can't do that to us. We're uniquely oppressed people. So this is the landscape that we've got now. where there are, I've lost count now of the special needs groups that exist in Australia and across the Western world that all need special allowances, special protections, special dispensations, special affirmative action programs, special handouts, and the fucking list goes on. So what happened to this idea of creating, if not a homogenous society in the sense that everyone's black, everyone's white, everyone's this or that, but homogenous in the sense of an absolute shared values of citizenship, civic responsibility, and an ethic of merit, and that is if you can't bind people through racial group and religion, if you can't bind people through that, then you can bind through a common value of citizenship. All that's been lost. That's all completely gone. Even in the courts now, most of the courts have been infiltrated with activists who are consumed with this idea of restorative justice and the like. And this is what multiculturalism and mass immigration has given us. And what a fucking disaster. You're being with Tacitus today, your pushback channel. Thank you for listening.